Everything that you were taught in history class may be a lie. Or worse, it's a shared memory that shouldn't exist. Top 3 facts that we learned in school that are actually false. Number 1, the Great Wall of China. The Great Wall of China took centuries to build, spanning from the 7th century BC all the way up into the Ming Dynasty. It stretches over 13,000 miles, and it was designed as an impenetrable barrier against northern invasion. It's an enormous engineering feat, and we were taught in school that this was the only man-made structure that you can see from space. Guess what? In this timeline, you cannot see it from space. NASA has debunked this several times. Not see the Great Wall of China in low Earth orbit without significant magnification. So why were we all taught this fact? And don't lie, we were taught this. You remember this. We were all taught this in school as a fact. What's weird about this fact is you would have to make the claim when they were in space, and nobody made that claim. It was never said, apparently. In school, we were all taught this. We did not make this up. Number 2, Napoleon Bonaparte. Napoleon Bonaparte was a military genius that raised from a low-ranking officer to the Emperor of the French. He dominated European history in the 19th century. But why was he branded in school as a short, angry general? The originator, the poster child of the Napoleon complex or short man syndrome. The actual historical records have him about 5 feet 6 inches, 5 feet 7 inches, which is actually slightly above average for Frenchmen at that time. British spent years using propaganda like cartoons to depict Napoleon as a short man. Obviously, this propaganda caught on and later turned into facts, but how did it make it in our history books? Is this history written by the victors, or is this a century-old collective Mandela effect? Because he wasn't that short. Number 3, St. Patrick's Day. Patrick was a 5th century Romano-British missionary, and he's credited for bringing Christianity to Ireland. But for decades, we were taught that St. Patrick's Day is synonymous with the color green. Shamrock, the clothes, the beers, the rivers. But if you look at the earliest depictions in history, the original color associated with St. Patrick's Day was blue. Yes, blue. It was actually known as St. Patrick's Blue. How did an entire global culture successfully swap blue for green? The question is why. There had to be some reason to switch from blue to green, because historical facts are real and the actual color was blue, St. Patrick's Blue. It feels like we are all operating on a shared, outdated map of reality. Which one was it? Were we taught this on purpose, or was it a collective lie, or was it a Mandela effect, or was it a timeline shit? Let me know.
Some people, including myself, remember the island of Gibraltar.
Gibraltar, the rugged outpost standing sentinel at the crossroads of 2 continents.
Now it's a peninsula. This new Mandela effect has got people questioning everything.
A striking landmass connected to Spain by a narrow isthmus to the north.
Have you ever heard of something called the Mandela Effect? Yeah. Where people have memories of an alternate universe.
Explorer Enrique is going down this rabbit hole.
Remember Gibraltar being an island here in the middle.
They think it's an island.
They think it's an island.
When you cross the border of Gibraltar and Spain, there's something more behind that border that we're not able to see.
He's convinced, like myself, that this used to be an island. There's a lot of residue on this. Here is a newspaper from 1914 where it says several times the island of Gibraltar. It also has officially hosted the Island Games twice. Also, being a part of the United Kingdom, it has official coins with Queen Elizabeth on it, and it says island there clearly. Even Jay-Z has a lyric in Diamonds Are Forever remix where he says, I don't know if that's a stretch, but that kind of says island to me. I swore it was always an island, but apparently it's a peninsula and it is connected to Spain. You can drive to it. Drive to it. I swear that this was an island. I don't know when this changed. I don't know what happened, but let me know if you remember this being an island or a peninsula. 007 Moonraker, 1973. Dolly, we all know this scene. She had braces. Why would she not have braces? 5 Mandela effects that defy explanation. Why did they take them out? We all remember this scene and she had braces. It makes 0 sense why she doesn't have braces. It matches aesthetically, but apparently she never had braces. Wizard of Oz and weapons. Did you know the characters had weapons? It makes no sense why they did, but apparently Tin Man had a wrench, Lion had a net and bug spray, and Scarecrow had that thing. No explanation why it's there. I do not remember this as a child, but apparently it is there and it's always been there. Alaska Airlines or Alaskan Airlines. Which one do you remember? It started off in 1932 as McGee Airways. It's the 5th largest airline in the United States, but I can't get it out of my head. It's Alaskan Airlines with an N. It's being spelled W-I-T-E. I don't have no idea why it's spelled like that. Started in 1966 by a clerical clerk, and it's always been spelled W-I-T-E. Memory, it is Wite-Out spelled correctly, but it's not. Curious George, if you remember him having a tail, you're wrong, because he never had a tail. Some people say that he's not a monkey, he's an ape, but they refer to him as a monkey in the book, so that does not hold up. This has no explanation on why he does not have a tail, but apparently ever since 1939, he's never had a tail. It's us.